today is getting some spiritual help when it comes to the snow. He's spending his time at Cast Sky Holistic Health Center in the Energy Room. Drew, this one's going to need some explaining.
You know what? It's a really interesting and fascinating field. What we're going to be looking at today is alternative healing methods, and specifically what we're talking about coming up is energy healing. And this is all in advance of the Mind, Body, and Spirit Show, which is going to be happening this Sunday at the Kubota Center. I'll show you guys some of the tools of the trade. Now, unfortunately, I can't explain what these are, but these are all tools that are used for energy healing. So coming up in just a little bit, we'll explain exactly what energy healing is and how Chris Kehler from Chris Kehler Holistics can help us out to get our energy centered and maybe do some heal those aches, pains, those issues that have been lingering for a little while.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Drew.
I'd like to introduce you to Chris Kehler from Chris Kehler Holistic. Let's talk a little bit about what this is.
What it is it's cosmic life energy. Everybody has it. Everybody feels it in one way, shape, or form. Basically, the way it works is it works within your aura and chakra system by manipulating the energy within it to make it harmonize better with your body. You can get that feeling of calm. You can get that feeling of easiness, and you get that feeling of lightness within your body. You can also use it in different ways to remove any kind of health problems also.
Okay, so if we maybe don't understand some of those terms that you're saying, like chakras, but we know that this sounds kind of interesting, kind of intriguing. A great way to get introduced to this world is through the Mind, Body, and Spirit Show, which is coming up on Sunday. Let's talk a little bit about what you do. So let's say I come in here and I'm like, Chris, I'm not feeling well, or maybe I have a specific pain, a specific ache. What would you do for me?
Basically, we start off, I start dowsing. So I'm going to take a pendulum, okay? This is what I do for a living. I take a pendulum, I use a series of charts that I've developed, and the pendulum is going to show me what area of the body I need to work on. See it swing like that? It likes to show.
Yeah,
and it's also going to tell me what the problem is. Is it a virus? Is it a parasite? Is it a mineral excess or a mineral deficiency? Or any kind of problem like that. So once we know what area of the body, so let's say your blood sugars are really out of balance,
okay.
And we find out that there's a virus in your pancreas.
Okay.
So we need to get rid of that virus so that your blood sugars can stabilize.
So what are some of the tools that we can use to sort of get rid of that?
Tools, good one. These are the tools that I use, okay? Lots of people do energy healing in a form called Reiki. They'll put their hands over your body and they'll just run the cosmic life energy. Well, when I use the tools, it amplifies and speeds up the process greatly. For instance, these rings. This ring is going to pull negative energy out of your bodies, and you felt it earlier. It really works. And I'm going to have these at the show. People can come over to my booth and they can stand over them and they can feel the energy move out of their body.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That's something you'll just have on display so people can walk up. You just sort of stand on top of it, and then you start to feel like it's almost like a little bit of weight in your legs.
Exactly. It's pulling negative energy out of your body.
Now, can we talk about this triangle pyramid just for a second? Can you break this down? What are we looking at here?
This is a pyramid, okay? Everybody knows about the pyramids of Egypt and that type of thing, that they have an energy. This in itself is a structured pyramid that I developed. It's called the Silver Light Pyramid. It's got some quartz crystals. There's 5 different pyramids involved. There's some shungite on top. And what I do with this, so we're going to remove a virus from your pancreas so that your blood sugars can stabilize. So I'm going to hold it toward your pancreas, and I'm going to tell the virus to leave your body. Neutralize, eliminate all viruses within Drew's pancreas. And at the quantum level, what's happening is that my intent coupled with the pyramid is changing the structure of the molecules within your pancreas so that stressor, that virus, is gone.
Wow. Just absolutely fascinating stuff. I wish we had more time, but the best thing to do is going to be to go check out the Mind, Body, and Spirit Show. You can visit Chris if you want more information about Chris or the show. Just go to our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. Taking a quick break, but plenty more still to come this morning on Breakfast Television.
Our buddy Drew Coe's up today giving us a preview of this weekend's Mind, Body, and Spirit Show. And Drew, we've seen some kind of out there stuff, but we've also got some really practical things for people to try.
That's right. What you can do when you go down to the Mind, Body, and Spirit Show is get a sampling of a bunch of different types of alternative healing. So a lot of different methods. And right now we're using pyramids to correct something that we discovered may be imbalanced in my body.
What?
Oh my, you're not perfect.
Neutralize all excess.
Yeah, you know what? it's a little hard to believe, but my sugars are actually imbalanced. Remember how I used to drink an energy drink every morning when I walked into work to see you guys, and then after the show I'd have another energy drink? Well, I stopped that about 8 months ago, but still remaining from that time of energy drink overload, there's some imbalanced sugars. So right now we're using these pyramids to try to get them out of my body. So this is one of the treatments that if you're looking like, I don't know about this seems a little bit out there for me, that's why you should go to the Mind, Body, and Spirit show, because there's going to be introductions to all different sorts of healing. Thanks a lot, Jenna. What you're looking at right now is very high magnification of blood. We've got a blood sample, and Chris from Chris Kehler Holistic is in the midst of a blood analysis. Now, this is something that you can learn a little bit more about when you visit Chris at the Mind, Body, and Spirit show. And coming up a little bit later on today on Breakfast Television, we're going to be introducing you to a face reader, another one of the highlights that you can look forward to from the show that's coming up this Sunday.
Our buddy Drew Kozub today has our live eye. Checking out what you can expect this weekend at the Mind, Body, and Spirit show. Drew, as you said earlier, kind of a buffet, a little bit of everything for anybody who wants some more information.
That's right, Jeremy, because when you hear about some of these ideas, you say, oh, that's not for me, that's way too far out there. But this is a really cool place to kind of go outside of your comfort zone and experience some different ideas when it comes to maybe healing, for some pain relief, maybe ways to sleep a little better, increase your energy levels. And right now, I am in the midst of balancing my chakra.
Okay, so that device there is not impaling you, it is a chakra balancer?
Yeah, and what it basically goes down to with a couple of these different tools is the materials that they're made of and the shapes that they form, because there's different, I guess, power and ways to harness energy with different shapes and different materials. So this is something that you can learn a little bit more about at the Mind, Body, and Spirit show, but some really great things. So these are, some of these ideas are very cerebral and things that you may not necessarily think, I don't know if I totally believe that, and that's okay. This is where you get introduced to some things, but some really grounded, familiar territory as well. The Manitoba Hypnotherapist Association, they're going to be down there at the Mind, Body, and Spirit show, and they're going to be talking about how you can use hypnotherapy to maybe overcome addiction, maybe if you're having trouble quitting smoking, or if you're having trouble falling asleep. So some ideas inside of there. I know we had some very adorable pets on the show, so we've heard about Reiki for people. Well, how about Reiki for animals? If you notice that your old dog is moving a little bit slower, or maybe the cat is a little too rambunctious, you can use Reiki to sort of help out your animals.
Just like we have ailments that hurt us and affect us in different ways, our pets go through the same thing.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just a really neat thing to be a part of. Whether you really believe in this stuff or you're just dipping a toe in the water, there's things like tarot reading, and you can get different health food products. So some really great things to check out at the Kubota Center on Sunday.
Great chance to find out more information and ask questions from the people who actually do this. Thank you very much, Drew.
Thanks a lot, Jen. I'm just in the midst of an energy treatment. Chris Kehler from Chris Kehler Holistics is using his beamer on me. Now, this is an alternative sort of healing and energy treatment that you can learn a little bit about at the Mind, Body, and Spirit show. Coming up on Breakfast Television, we're going to be talking about the wristband phenomena, those things that are supposed to give you energy. We'll talk about how they work and the other details that you can look forward to at the Mind, Body, and Spirit show.
Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and snatch it. Like on my
Mind, Body, and Spirit. Drew Kozub is checking out the Mind, Body, and Spirit show that's happening this Sunday. Lots of fascinating things have been going on, but I'm really curious, Drew, how you feel after just under 3 hours of treatments.
You know what? Really interesting experiences. We've been hanging out with Chris Kehler Holistics, and Chris has been doing various things to sort of balance energy and balance different things in my body. Really fascinating stuff, and the overall effect with different with the crystals and the pyramids, things feel very warm, and quite often you get a sensation like if your hand is falling asleep, you get this like tingling thing happening. So Chris Kehler from Chris Kehler Holistics, the question was about these bracelets. We've seen the guys in the mall with them. Can you explain how they work exactly?
The way these things work, it's really interesting. They contain negative ions. When you first get them from the distributor, when you buy them on the store rack, they contain negative ions. Negative ions are the good ions for your body. They make you strong. Positive ions are the bad ions. So when we're wearing rubber sole shoes, we're not grounded to the earth, absorbing the negative ions that are charged by lightning strikes on a daily basis. Okay. So what I do, I go a step further with these things. So I get the bracelets, and with my fancy pyramid, I can charge them. I can remove frequencies. I can also charge them with a frequency to let's say for these ones, to help you sleep better. And these things work fantastic. They don't work for 100% of people. If it doesn't work for you, that means you don't need it. But just by charging with the intent for sleep, insomnia, anxiety, when your brain is rolling around like crazy in bed and you can't fall asleep and relax, these really help you to relax and sleep. And I'm going to have these at the show. You can see them, you can buy them if you like.
So using this pyramid, you can give certain instructions to this bracelet basically to fulfill whatever it is that you're lacking. If it is having trouble sleep, if it is stress, whatever it is, you can put whatever it is that we need into one of these bracelets.
Stress, anxiety, a really good one is for balancing female hormones. Works extremely well. So when that time of the month comes along and you get irritable, these things calm you right down. They really do work.
So we can even use these things to affect mood. Now let's talk a little bit about this pyramid, because this is one of the pieces that we've been showing off throughout the course of the morning. Break it down first, the anatomy of this thing. Let's start at the top and work our way down.
At the top, I've got a piece of shungite. This is from Russia. You might have heard about shungite. It's a new stone that's been found in Russia. These are all quartz pyramids, perfectly poured quartz pyramids from China. You've got 5 different gold pyramids here, okay, and they create a sacred geometry. If you look at that, you see the Star of David. That is sacred geometry. Along with it are magnets. There's about 40,000 Gauss worth of magnets, which are extremely strong. There's other sacred geometry of targets within here, and all these little quartz crystals help to balance out the energy. This is the working end. This is the gun end of the pyramid. You hold. A lot of people think that the top is a gun, but this is the gun right here.
Okay, so don't point at like tip of the pyramid. You want to put the base of the pyramid.
Exactly. You got to know how to use it. Otherwise, you're going to shoot yourself in the eye.
Well, just really fascinating stuff and interesting to know a little bit more about this. So let's talk about the show. It's happening on Sunday at the Kubota Center. Why should people be coming down to check it out?
A lot of people are going to check it out because they want to see what's new and different. If you're open-minded and you want to find something different to deal with a health problem, something that works, something that's other than the norm of going to the doctor and getting a pill and possibly not getting the problem dealt with, that's why a lot of people are going. A lot of people are coming to see me just for that reason, so they can get some information on what is out there, all the different types of healing that there is, all the different types of crystals that there are, and get some actual knowledge as to what the crystals do. So that's why a lot of people are going.
So finding out about these alternative treatments and how they all work, and chatting with folks like you who practice this stuff every single day.
Exactly.
You can get all the details on our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. Taking a quick break here on BT, but more to come later this morning on City.